everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be going to ABD to pick up the Crossfire. Last time on the channel I went to pick it up and it wouldn't start, but now they figured out what was wrong with it. I'm not sure what it is yet, so they're going to tell me exactly what it is and I'll fill you guys in on why it didn't start last time. So we're going to go pick up the Crossfire and then we're going to drive it back and take some data logs. Alright, we've got the Lotus Elise started up now. We've been letting it warm up for a while, so we should be ready to go. We're gonna head over to ABD now and go get the Crossfire. So we're in the Elise now. Crossfire was because the fuel injectors are so big that it's putting in so much fuel that the car basically can't be turned on and left on for any length of time without getting warmed up before you turn it off again. So you have to turn it off when it's all the way up to temperature, or else the car won't start for probably an hour or so. I'm back from ABD now. On the way back, I ended up deciding to do a couple of the Crossfire data logs. And on the first data log, it felt pretty good, but towards the end of second gear, as soon as I started letting off the gas, the car jerked pretty aggressively. And then after that, I did a second data log, and towards the end of second gear it started misfiring, and then on the whole way back home it was kind of sputtering and not running so well. So I brought it back, I contacted Needswings, sent him the data logs, and when I started the car up again it wasn't sputtering anymore, it was running just fine. So I think it was probably getting misfires at the top of second gear, and I guess that probably freaked out the ECU, so that explains why it wasn't running right the whole way back from ABD. Needswings told me that I should go ahead and bring down the fuel pressure a little bit in the whole system. I'm going to go ahead and back the car onto these Rhino ramps over here, and then after I back it onto the ramps, I'm going to take off this little cover underneath the car. It's in front of the back right wheel, and I can access the fuel pressure regulator, and then I'll send that number over to Rob at Needswings, and then he'll let me know how much to lower it, because I don't quite remember what the pressure's at right now. I back the car up onto these Rhino ramps. We're going to turn off the car and I'm going to climb under, take off this little cover over here in front of the front right wheel, and then I'll be able to adjust the fuel pressure and see where it's at. The car should now be warmed up enough. Yeah, looks like it's at operating temperature. So now I should be able to shut it off without it flooding. So I'll go ahead and shut it off. All right, so I'm here under the car now, and here's where the fuel filter regulator sits and the fuel pump. And here is this cover that I was talking about. So there's one bolt there, one over there, and one up here. Be careful when you're doing this, because if your car was on anytime recently, you're going to be right next to your resonator, and that can get very hot, so you don't want to burn yourself. Here's the differential right here. So I'm going to take out these bolts and pull out the cover. All right, so I got the cover off, and now as you can see, here's the fuel pump, the fuel filter. The fuel filter's right here, fuel pump's right here, and then the fuel pressure regulator is right here. This is one of the Needswings adjustable fuel filter regulators. So now I'll have to turn the car back on, and once that's on, I'll be able to see where we're at in terms of fuel pressure. And you can actually adjust this fuel filter regulator by just getting a little wrench. There's actually a spot for a small Allen wrench in there. It's hard to see, but there is. You have to turn that little tiny screw at the end of it, and that will either raise or lower the fuel pressure depending on which way you turn. Car's on now, and now I'm going to go underneath the car with a flashlight, since it's now pretty dark out, and see what the fuel pressure's at. Should be easy to see. So it looks like the fuel pressure is at about 82, 83, probably between 82 and 84 PSI. So I'm gonna go ahead and send that data over to Needswings, and we're probably gonna have to lower the fuel pressure by quite a bit. It's the next morning now, and I heard back from Rob at Needswings, and he said to turn down the fuel pressure to 70 PSI. It's currently at about 82 or 83 PSI. So I'm going to turn it down to 70, and then I'm going to get a data log of it just at idle. I got the fuel pressure to 70 psi now, so I'm going to go ahead and let the car idle for a few minutes so the ECU can get adjusted to the new fuel pressure, and then I'm going to get a data log at idle and submit it to NeedSwings. The car's been idling now for a few minutes with the new fuel pressure. I'm going to go ahead and take a data log at idle. All right, this is the N dash I have in my car. So you can see it reads the air to fuel ratio, the spark plug timing, the intake air temperature. It also shows the coolant temperature, the manifold air pressure, and the engine RPM. All you have to do is just go to start log, and now it's logging. Give it a little bit of time, and then I will go ahead and press end log, turn off the cart, and turn off the N dash, and then pop out the SD card and upload the file and send it to NeedSwings. All right guys, so now I'm here in the Crossfire. I sent over those data logs to NeedSwings at idle, and he said they look pretty good. So he gave me the go-ahead to go and get some data logs. I'm going to start with just driving around the neighborhood for a few minutes and make sure that everything's working just fine. And then if everything seems to be fine, just driving around the neighborhood, then I can go ahead and do a second gear pull. Now let's start the log. All right, we're logging now, and we're just going to drive around for a few minutes, make sure everything looks and feels good. Wow, these brakes are so loud. Oh my god. It's kind of cool actually. I mean, they are track pads, so it's to be expected. You do get a lot of rattles in this car, from the suspension, from the side skirts, the trunk being stripped out, everything. So far it's feeling fine. I'll stop this data log now and get ready to start the next one in the second gear pull. Press start log. Now I'm going to get into second gear. I'll wait until all these cars pass. Alright, here we go. Oh, okay. That feels pretty good. That definitely felt good. All right. Not bad at all. That felt a little faster almost. I don't know if it was just me, but I mean, it should be a little faster if we have the fuel system worked out. I'll do one more second gear pull. Right, we got a green arrow. Let's start the log. Oh man, that felt good. Okay. The car didn't misfire, car's not shaking. But that felt really good. And you know, this doesn't even have a tune on it. That definitely felt a little bit faster. I don't know if it was, might just be the placebo effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and send these over to Rob and we'll see what he says. I heard back from NeedSwings about the most recent data logs with the second gear pulls and driving around the neighborhood, and he said they're looking pretty good right now, so the car should be safe for just daily driving. We will need to get some third gear pull data logs, so that's a little bit difficult to do because we need to find a place where we're going really fast. We need to get up to probably what, 90 or 100 miles per hour. So there aren't that many places I can do that. Next time I'll have a video on getting the third gear pulls. And then from there, if everything seems to be good, we have the right air to fuel ratio. We're looking for an air to fuel ratio between 11.8 to 12. Yeah, so it should be around there when I'm at wide open throttle. We want to get all that sorted out before the next track day. I know these times are pretty rough right now, so I hope everyone is staying safe, staying indoors, being healthy. I know I'm going out, but I'm making sure to stay inside the car for the most part, and that shouldn't be a risk if you're just inside the car and not leaving. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll have some more content coming your way soon. It might be on the Lexus, or it could be on the Elise or the Crossfire. We'll see. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know if there's any future content you want to see. Take care and have a great day.